Eyes up, everyone. Volume 6 of this file taught you to count ships at the Strait of Hormuz, 19 a day, where 130 used to sail. Tonight is Volume 7, and the count did not change. The map did. On Monday, the shipping war this campaign was supposed to contain announced a second front, at a strait most Americans have never heard of, from a country we were not officially fighting over it. Pull up the chart of the world's oil arteries, soldier, because tonight we need both of them. The event precisely reported. On Monday, the Houthi military spokesman, Yahya Saree, announced in a video statement an immediate ban on Saudi shipping at Bab al-Mandeb. The group framed it as an eye for an eye, retaliation for the decade-long blockade of Yemen, and a recent strike on Sanaa's airport. And the group's deputy media chief, Nasruddin Amer, skipped the diplomatic phrasing entirely. The strait, he said, will be closed to the Saudis. 5 words, soldier. That is how a second front announces itself. Now the geography, because Bab al-Mandeb does not make the evening news until it breaks. It is the narrow gate between the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden, the world's other choke point, and roughly 12% of all global trade sails through it, including a quarter of the world's container traffic headed for the Suez Canal. Hormuz is the oil door. Bab al-Mandeb is the everything door. As of Monday, both doors have someone standing in them. And here is the detail that turns a regional threat into tonight's lead. What this declaration is aimed at. Through the months of the Hormuz crisis, one piece of plumbing kept Saudi oil moving anyway. The East-West pipeline, which carries crude across the peninsula to Red Sea terminals, passed Hormuz entirely. Rystad Energy puts that flow at roughly 2.5 million barrels a day. That pipeline is the bypass, soldier. It is the redundancy that made the first Straits crisis survivable for the world's supply. The ban announced Monday is pointed at the water those bypass barrels sail out through. The backdrop, for the record. Monday marked the 10th consecutive night of American strikes on Iran, a campaign whose stated purpose is degrading the capability to attack commercial shipping at Hormuz. Brent crude is above $90 a barrel, up by roughly a fifth since the war began, and the pump at home crossed $4 this week. 10 nights of ordnance at Strait 1, and the market's answer was a declared blockade at Strait 2, with the price climbing through it all. The premium is not waiting for enforcement, soldier. Declarations are enough. The fair reading in full, because a declaration is not a blockade and this desk will not pretend otherwise. As of Monday night, no ship had been stopped. The Houthis' ability to enforce a ban against Saudi shipping specifically is unproven, and the group's history includes plenty of declarations that outran its arsenal. Riyadh has not responded at all, which may mean it sees a bluff. All of that is entered at full weight. But note what the market already taught us at Strait 1. Insurers, carriers, and captains do not wait for the first missile to reroute. A credible threat prices like a partial closure. The word is the weapon, and it has already fired. Now the strategic ledger, and it is not kind. The case for this campaign, 10 nights running, is that force keeps the sea lanes open. Strait 1 per Volume 6, running at a fraction of itself under escort. And the response to all that force did not arrive at Hormuz. It arrived 400 miles of coastline away, from a different country, against a different flag, at the exact piece of infrastructure that was compensating for Strait 1. That is not containment, soldier. That is a franchise expanding. Every night of strikes at the first choke point has been answered with leverage at the second, by an actor a decade of bombing has not disarmed. And the bill routes to the same addresses as always. A fifth of the world's oil already rides a war premium out of Hormuz. The barrels dodging that premium go out the door the Houthis just claimed. Crude above 90 and gas over $4 is the toll for one contested strait. A second one, even half enforced, compounds it. Higher insurance, longer routes around Africa, and every container of everything that sails the Red Sea. The households paying it were told the strikes would keep the lanes open. The lanes keep multiplying instead. The honest after action, then. The declaration is real, the enforcement is unproven, and both facts are filed exactly that way. What is beyond dispute is the direction. A war justified as keeping one strait open now has a declared blockade at the second one, aimed at the very bypass that was holding the world's supply together. If Riyadh shrugs and the ban dies on the page, Volume 8 will say so first. Until then, the standing rule of this file applies at double width. When the map grows faster than the mission is not working. Watch both straits. That's the after action. Dismissed. I'm Mark, and this is Pixel Politics.